In the second portion of this two-part tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the top of your cupcake. We will go through two methods, coil pot and pinch pot. This is a coil pot. I'm going to start with my clay, kind of squish it into a longer piece, and then I'm going to start to roll. As I roll, I'm going to very slowly bring my hands away from each other, and that's going to help it get longer and longer. This sometimes takes some time, and that's alright. If you have one spot that's thicker than the other, concentrate on that. And you want to keep rolling until you have a piece like this. If your pieces are not this long to begin with, that's okay. You can always piece them together. The next thing you need is a template. This template is going to fit the base very nicely. Start with my coil, and I go around the template, around the circle, and I'm going to coil right on top of where I started. And as I coil, I'm going to make it smaller and smaller so that it makes a cone. I don't want to make a cylinder. I don't want to go straight up. I want to make it into a cone. Once I have that, I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take a tool. This one looks good. And I'm going to smear the inside of the top, and that is going to help it stay together. If I didn't do this, then it would fall apart very easily. But this is going to keep it all together. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, I want it like that on the inside. So it's textured on the outside, but it's smooth on the inside. The next thing that I might do to this is add a cherry. And in order to add a cherry, I need to do something called slip and score. Slip and score is a technique that uses something like this, which is actually watered down clay. This is called slip. In order to attach a cherry, first I need a cherry. So I'm going to take a little bit of extra clay that I had, and I'm going to roll it into cherry. Okay. Now I need to score my pieces. Where I want them to attach, I'm going to go ahead and scratch them up. So I'm going to scratch up this part. I'm going to scratch up this part. That's going to sit right on top of there. I'm going to take a little bit of this slip, this really wet clay, and this is going to act as glue. I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to attach this on top. That is going to keep the cherry secure on top. If I were to just lay it on there, it would come off very easily. This way, it's going to stick very well. And that is a cupcake top. The second top for your cupcake that I'm going to show you is a simple pinch pot. It's very similar to the way we started our bottom before. And to start this, I'm going to roll some clay again into a ball. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, once I have that ball, I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to stick them in. Now it's important when you do the pinch pot that you have your base nearby. I have my base, and I can start to form my top and check every now and then that it's going to fit on top. You can make it tall, you can make it short, you can make it however you want it, but you want to keep checking every once in a while to make sure that it's going to fit on top of that base. The last thing that I like to do with my pinch pot tops is to take the butter knife and saw so that it is nice and flat and not bumpy.